morning. It's Wednesday, July 28th. We're slowly getting into that August thing. Good. It's welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Tony Real Sutherland with Raquel Sims. Hi, Raquel. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Tony. Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. And just like you said, we're slowly but surely creeping up on August. So let's get prepared.
Very good. Now, some kids may not be thinking it's creeping because then that means they got to go back to school. But hey,
Yes.
So, Raquel, tell us a little bit about how everybody can find us on social media.
Yes, everyone can find us at social media on Houston Community College District, on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, on the district page. And we are back on the local listings on the HCCTV cable channel. And that's going to be running Monday through Friday at noon and 5 p.m. Again, it's noon and 5 p.m. So check your local listings.
Great. And you know what? Today is gaming day for us. And we have someone with a following, a very large following, I would say. And she's going to tell us how she got all the successful with all of that. And then it's Talia Best. How are you, Talia?
Doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Very good. And then we're also going to have Claudia Pena. And she is with HCC, Continuing Education and Extended Learning. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Zumba, right?
Correct. Hello.
Very good. So, but first, let us go back to Talia. And now, Talia, you are content creator, host, producer, Magic the Gathering specialist, and all kinds of stuff, I think.
That's right. That's right.
Of course, our gaming host. So, hey, tell us a little bit about all the stuff you do. What does that entail?
Yeah, so I stream Magic the Gathering on Twitch. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's a live streaming platform, essentially. So you're live with your audience, interacting in live time. And I really love that aspect of it so much because Magic the Gathering is kind of a small community in terms of other games, right? Like your Call of Duty, things like that. So it's a really great way to connect with other people that are interested in Magic the Gathering. So,
wow. And I understand you have an incredible stream statistics as for how many people are following you. I mean, we looked it up and it seems like, okay, this is the statistics. We got 12,000 total Twitch followers, 1 million views, 10 million total minutes watched, 1,400 hours of time streamed, 11,000 Instagram followers, and 7,000 Twitter followers. Now, that is amazing. How in the world you do that?
Thank you. Well, I mean, it really just takes like building up the community and growth over time and really like keeping up with all of those relationships that you make along the way. It took a long time to get there and it's still growing. It's always changing. There's always growth to be done. So yeah, it grows every day, which is awesome, but you do have to work at it.
Well, why did you start streaming? I mean, I know everybody loves to do that, but what got you invested into it as a career?
Yeah, so the idea of streaming and putting yourself out there online, susceptible to trolls and things like that, was very daunting. But for me, it was the lack of representation of women inside of gaming, specifically Magic the Gathering, because I grew up in Southeast Houston and I would go to a Strike Zone and I love Strike Zone. Shout out to Strike Zone. I still buy cards there, but you would just walk in and there was no other women at all. And it can be a pretty competitive game. And I wanted to compete competitively, but I always felt kind of intimidated by that. And so when Magic the Gathering introduced Arena, which is an online version of the game. It's normally a card game. I was like, let me just turn on the computer. I'm playing this game anyways. Let's see what happens. No one's probably going to watch me, but that's okay because I'm putting my face out there as a woman that plays the game and also inviting more people to be interested in the game as well and want to learn.
Well, now Twitch, I know you told us a little bit about it, but most people know what it is, but some of us may not be as aware of what it is. Tell us a little bit about Twitch and why and how you got on Twitch.
So Twitch, I believe Twitch really took off at like 2009. Well, I think it came out in 2009, but really took off in 2011, right around the time where like YouTube was also taking off. YouTube was more of like how-to videos or informational videos, whereas Twitch was marketed more for gaming. I've been a gamer my entire life, grew up like playing Nintendo and things like that. So I knew that my path was on Twitch, just because it's just a great community of gamers. Yeah.
Now, you tell us a little bit about some of your opinions about marginalized genders and lack of representation in gaming. Tell us a little bit more about that. How are you? What are you doing to change that?
Yeah. So actually, you may know of Coral Sword, which is our local game shop here in Houston. It's where I go pretty much every week to play Magic at Friday Night Magic now. And that is owned and managed by Sandy, who is an amazing person. And I'm working with Sandy to potentially come up with like an all women's game night and stuff, just to like invite more women into the game. So we're working on something like that, as well as even at a larger scale. There were Magic Fest before COVID, of course. There were these Magic Fest events, huge events happening all over the world. And I was traveling to them before COVID. And hopefully when those come back, I hope that we see a lot more marginalized genders there. And hopefully planning some kind of meetup as well at these events. So that's what I would like to see. But
it sounds like you can make a pretty good living. You know, you said you went all over the world to do this. How can you help anybody get into the digital gaming simulation career as a job, as a full-time career? What do you think?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different pieces that go into making it a full-time career. You need a bunch of different avenues of income. Things like I used to actually work at the events. So I would also play at the events, but some of the events that were happening, I would work as the production, because I used to work in production. So I have that background. So that was like a main source of my income. But when COVID hit, those were gone. And luckily, my numbers actually kind of increased online because there were a lot of people staying at home and looking for something to do, which helped my numbers and helped me get more sponsorships. So sponsorships is another way of making revenue, which is kind of it's almost like more important than the actual like subs. Subs are also important. That's your community support that you get on Twitch, and they can give you things like bits and donations, but really like having a set income monthly from sponsors is like where you'll feel more comfortable, because it does fluctuate. Like it's not easy being a full-time streamer, but I pick up little jobs here and there, which help. So
what are some tips that you can give someone to be more successful in this?
Number one thing is be authentic to yourself. I mean, if you are doing like a character, some people do that. Stick to that character. If you just want to be yourself, be yourself. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of the trolls. Trolls are going to happen. You just got to keep going at it and staying consistent. Consistency is also one of the main things. Because if you're not live and you're not streaming, then nobody's going to find you. So,
okay. Yeah. So tell us, you feel strongly about the local community playing a part in your following. Why is that so important, do you think?
That is important to me because a lot of these people that I meet online end up going to Coral Sword and I meet in person. And that is like the best feeling ever, just connecting with people in real life as well. And also I think it's important to be a presence, especially as a woman, being maybe the only woman at Friday Night Magic. Other people are at Coral Sword playing like board games and stuff because it is a gaming cafe. So those women might see like, oh, what is she doing? Like, because I got first place 2 weeks ago, and I was like going around like, oh my God, I can't believe I got first place, and that brings attention to potentially maybe saying like, oh, hey, this is a game that you could play as well.
If she did, I can do
more
it,
presence.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And how do you measure your goals? What are your goals and how do you measure that?
Well, that's a hard one because goals are different for everyone. Everyone's journey is different. You just have to have that passion and drive for it. If it's something you wake up and you're passionate about, like you're going to hit your goals. Whereas if you're dreading it, maybe find something else that you're passionate about. I don't know how to describe it. You just get up and you want to do it. You're so excited to play Magic or stream.
You get paid to do something you love. That's a wonderful thing.
Well, exactly.
Thank you, Talia. We really appreciate you coming on, and it's wonderful. And we have information about all your stuff at the end of the show, so everybody you can add more followers to your your
Thank
group.
You. Yes, please follow me at Talia Vess everywhere. Oh, and thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And also, I want to remind our students and prospective students about our digital gaming and simulation program at HCC. So you can get an education, have fun doing it, and register now. Now, I'm going to move over to Raquel. And Raquel is going to interview Claudia. Go for it, Raquel.
Yes. Welcome to the show again, Claudia. And before we get into this incredibly popular dance craze, which I'm excited to learn about because I'm a dance lover, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do at HCC.
So I'm a professor with the continuing education program. I teach ESL. And I am also a lead instructor. So I manage a group over at Spring Branch. And as far as Zumba is concerned, I got my certification maybe a year ago, and I'm excited. I want to use it. I want to create something for the community.
I love that. What made you want to get into Zumba? Have you always had a passion for dance?
Always had a passion for dance. I love dancing. And I was kind of hesitant at first because I'm not the perfect body type. I'm 44 years old. I've been through cancer, and I just want to be able to express myself on the dance floor and be able to invite everybody else with that joy. So I was really happy to become one. I'm really happy to give classes. And I love it when my students come back and they constantly want to see more. They want to see something different. So I really like that.
Wow, such an inspiration, especially hearing what you've gone through and to see how you're pouring back into not only yourself, but into the students. And so that's just amazing. So keep up the great work. And wow, I can't wait to find out more about you. So can you elaborate on some of the benefits of Zumba?
So when I look at Zumba, one of the best things about it is that you're working out and you don't feel it. You break a sweat and you just keep dancing and keep going. So the benefits is that wonderful high that you get, that runner's high, and being on the dance floor and not even worrying about that little bit of sweat that comes out. And then again, you're making all of that, all of your systems work. You're moving your body. And now it's so important to move our body because especially during COVID, we're in front of the computer. I would like to see more people come out and dance. And what I want to offer is just an ability to do a family Zumba. That way the families can come out and move together.
I love that. What can others do if they are interested in teaching Zumba?
What I did at first was I went to lots of Zumba classes and I was so excited. And then I chose a mentor. Rafael is my mentor. We work at LA Fitness. And with him, I was able to develop my moves. I was able to develop my style. I was able to develop my teaching cues, which that's also really important. And then afterwards, I would recommend that you take a Zumba certification. The Zumba certification is always going to be 50% off, actually. Sometimes 50% off for new students, and then log into Zen where they show you how to make the moves later on and keep going on your journey as a dancer to learn more. So my second certification is Zumba Kids and Zumba Kids Junior. That way you can see the different way that people learn. For example, in your regular Zumba, you have 3 songs. You warm up your top, the arms, your core, and then your legs. And then you move on to something more difficult. And then you have a cool down. On the Zumba Kids Junior, you only have 5 songs. You warm up once, and then you talk and you have activities in between. You teach them 2 or 3 songs, and then you cool down. And that's within the hour. Our regular adult Zumba classes, we have about 16 songs, nonstop dancing back to back.
I love that. Look at you paving the way for the community in an active way. Who can attend your classes? And we have been told they begin August 30th.
Yes, they do. Well, it's about $10 and anyone can attend. Please sign up. It's $10 for 4 classes. It's extremely competitive because I really want to see the community out there. And if you sign up, it's for 1 adult and you can bring whoever you like. I'd like to see more children and more families come out as a unit. So that's what I want to see our community go through.
Well, that's amazing and good on you. And just congratulations for all of the wonderful things that you have accomplished. Thank you so much, Claudia, for being on here. You're a continuing education instructor and also an amazing person as well, and a Zumba instructor for our community learning program. We will have your information in our post after the show so people can connect with you. Thank you.
And I really love the idea that it is for family. That gives you another activity that the family can do together. You can get closer. It brings community together, and y'all are all exercising, and it's healthy too.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Well, Thank you so much for being on the show. Well, Raquel, we have some news and events that we want to talk about. One of them deals with work-study job fairs. And this is a good place to go. You're a student. Just make sure that you register or you fill out the FAFSA form so that you've got all your paperwork done. And then go to these HCC job fairs and you can meet up with employers right there, interview right there, and maybe even get a job right there. So that's a wonderful thing. And Wednesday, that's today, Wednesday, July 28th from 10 to 2. So you've got till 2 o'clock today to go to HCC Central and go ahead and try to get a job. And also don't forget that HCCTV, we are also looking for work study students to help shoot, edit, write, produce, do a lot of video editing. So come join us, be like Raquel, and it'll be a wonderful thing.
Well, that's amazing. And I can say that being at these job fairs are extremely important because I want to say I was at the Construction Career Expo about 2 weekends ago, and just the community coming out and the vendors interacting with the students. And like you said, you can get a job on the spot. So students, please keep in mind that these job fairs are not there just for fun, but it's there to provide an opportunity for you. So yes. So moving on to lunch and learn, ask your senior partner. Also today, many talent relations questions come up from employees such as, what is the policy for this? Or when can I find that? One of these best resources to have as an employee is your senior partner in talent relations. So join them to answer these frequently asked questions. And it's happening also today at 11:30 a.m. and registration is required. Please check your emails that you use your own HCC email to register.
Very good. And you can save you money. Save you money. Yes. Mattress Mac, the HCC Mattress Mac School of Selling is offering 6 free virtual sessions through the Glenda and Davis Ragenbaum Center for Entrepreneurship at HCC Northwest. So the first session is Tuesday at noon, 10 to noon, Tuesday, August 10th. And it's called The Art of Listening. So, you think about a salesman is doing all the talking, the salesman needs to listen, because if the salesman doesn't hear what it is you want and what you're looking for, then how else is that person going to know how to sell it to you? You got to know who you're talking to, right? Know your audience. We always say that to our people, know your audience. So every session is based on Jim McAville's philosophy of business. So we'll have all that information at the end of the show. Don't forget, HCC Mattress Mac School of Selling.
You know what, Tony? If I could rewind time, I think I would rewind time and take all of my classes at HCC.
There you go.
The opportunities are just limitless, and it's just perfect.
And the opportunities, you get to meet people in the field. It's not just theory. You get to meet the people in the field. You get to network. You get and talk about the cost. Oh, the difference is phenomenal, really. Honestly, it is. So you can't beat going to HCC. You really can't.
Come on with the tagline. You can't beat going to HCC.
There you go.
I love that.
What can I say?
Yes. Speaking of marketing, we have the MBDA virtual subs and sandwiches, which is everyone's favorite because they're food lovers. With Austin Commercial, HCC's Minority Business Development Association is still getting together to target minority business enterprises, but you have to bring your own subs, whether it's from Subway, Quiznos, McAllister's, one of my favorites, and it's virtual. And it is happening on Wednesday, August 18th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So check out the HCC events calendar to register.
And the neat thing, you can actually eat while you're on the camera and people won't think bad of you,
Right.
But they can envy you because maybe you have something that they want to eat and you're eating it, and anyways, it's fun. It's fun. Right. So we also have Gallery Without Walls. That is a student non-juried exhibition. As you know, a lot of the art galleries had been closed. They're going to be opening up soon. But right now, the spring semester students, all of their beautiful work is on hand on Instagram. So just go to our Instagram website and you can see all these wonderful, the wonderful work that the students have done. It's just amazing to see what they've accomplished.
Yes. And I'm just happy to see that things are paving back into a sense of normalcy, especially for the fine arts department, because going to the art exhibitions in person is different from watching it online. And it's still cool to see it online because you can go back and, you don't have a time limit. for what you see online versus going to the actual place and having to be out by 8:00 and then hoping that you saw everyone's pieces of work. So, well, that's pretty cool. And speaking of,
well, I was going to say too, speaking of that, performing arts, we had to stay inside, drama. I teach drama, it's kind of hard to do that. Well, you don't get the same. It's not so much hard. It's just you don't get the same experience. You know what it is when you look at a movie. You're looking at a movie. When you go to the theater and you see it live right in front of you, and you can touch those characters, that is a whole different sensory. So, yeah, I'm so glad that our doors are open.
Look at you dropping more gems, Tony.
What can I say?
I didn't know that you were in the band. Now you teach drama. What else are you holding out? I'm just confused. Help me out. I love that. Earn your degree for free with Eagle Promise, you all. If your federal and state grants and scholarships don't cover all you need for an eligible HCC degree, please find out more about this opportunity, which is the Eagle Promise, and their dollars will. And you can find out more information at hcc.s. hccs.edu/free degree. So make sure you find out all of that information.
You can't do better than free. Come on.
Hello. Caller, are you there?
And speaking of, well, it's not free, but it's cheap. It's good there. I mean, it's economic. Excuse me, not cheap. Economic. Fall enrollment is open, has been open, and is still open. But it won't be open for long. You need to go there now. Go register. You can take online anytime classes. You can take online on a schedule classes, hybrid labs, hybrid courses, in-person class, you name it, you can take it. Oh my God, what am I getting?
I know, right? You name it, you can take it. I'm here for all of the good.
What can I say? Okay, so register for all your HCC programs. Go to hccs.edu/now and do it now.
I love that. So tomorrow it is not only Virtual Family Fun Day, but we will focus on a student success story from the Honors College, which I love their program, honestly, who created an art exhibition, speaking of art, at the Holocaust Museum. So that's just one memorable fact. So that's exciting.
And I'm really looking for that. Looking forward to that. That's going to be wonderful. And we also welcome the new business advisor from HCC's Minority Business Development Association, MBDA, who will join us to talk about its upcoming Export Academy. Ooh, what is an Export Academy? I'm interested in that.
I know, me too.
Okay, well, Raquel, it's that time again.
I know.
But so we have to go for now, but we will be back. So thank you so much for joining us for Up to the Minute, and we will see you next time.